Hello everyone, welcome back to Marvelous Videos. Today we're going to be talking about Hunter x Hunter, an iconic shonen anime from 2011 that's still very popular today. In this video, we'll be discussing the origins of Kurapika, a blacklist hunter and friend of the protagonist Gon Freecss. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The backstory of Kurapika. Kurapika was born into an endangered clan called the Kurta clan in a forested area in the Luxo province. At some point during his childhood, he decided to leave the forest to get a doctor for his injured friend Pyro, but was confronted by the clan's elders about leaving the forest. He later discovered from his friend that the people outside the forest didn't have the scarlet-colored eyes they did, hence it would be unsafe for anyone to leave as they would risk being harmed for their eyes. Sometime later, Kurapika and Pyro got a book about the adventures of the D Hunter as a reward for saving an outside. Reading it, they realized that the outside world was full of adventures and they planned to visit it together in the near future. However, when the elder of the clan found out, he confronted them and asked them to pass a test if they wanted to go outside. Kurapika passed most of the tests successfully until the final test to take a partner from the Kurta clan to the outside world and bring them back without revealing their identity. He almost failed to pass this one when he got furious and revealed his eyes in front of some thugs who mocked Pyro's condition, but he managed to get his eyes back to normal before returning to the village and hence passed the test. As a result, Kurapika was now allowed to go to the outside world by the clan's elders, and he promised Pyro to return with a doctor and to take him along for his adventures. But the clan met a tragic fate just 6 weeks later when they were discovered by the Phantom Troop, a gang of bandits who massacred them and sold their eyes on the black market. As the sole survivor of his clan, Kurapika vowed to get back all the stolen Scarlet Eyes and to defeat all the members of the Phantom Troop. Appearance. Kurapika is a young guy with brown eyes and blonde hair. Just like the rest of the Kurta people, his eyes glow a beautiful and shiny scarlet when experiencing intense emotions. After learning Nen, he did learn how to hide his scarlet eyes using contact lenses. He's first seen in the Hunter Exam arc wearing a blue outfit with an orange hem, and later changes it in the York New City arc. He also has a different outfit as a royal bodyguard in the Succession Contest arc, wearing a blue suit and tie with a golden H on the left side of the blazer. He also wears a single earring with a ruby in his left ear. Personality. Kurapika is perceived by his friends to be a calm and composed individual, a lot of knowledge that comes in handy every once in a while. Due to his traumatic past, he tends to not get too open with people around him and has a reserved personality. He likes to not get distracted and focus on his only goal in life, to retrieve the Scarlet Eyes of his clan and seek revenge from the Phantom Troop. Although, unlike his usual calm and composed demeanor, he goes into a fit of rage every time someone insults his clan. We first saw this in the Hunter Exam arc when he got into a fight with Leorio when the latter insulted his clan. Later, we also saw him having fun and being all happy when he made friends with Gon, Leorio, and Killua. After successfully passing the Hunter Exam and becoming a professional hunter, Kurapika starts his journey to retrieve the Scarlet Eyes, even going through trouble in order to succeed in his mission. His uncaring nature makes him ruthless at times, but his friends are able to pull him back to his calm state. Towards the end of the election arc, when he retrieved almost all of the Scarlet Eyes and nearly completed his mission, he realized he had nobody and nowhere to return to, giving him a feeling of emptiness like nothing before. The marvelous story arc of Kurapika, Hunter Exam arc. Kurapika is first seen on the ship that was en route to the testing site of the 287th Hunter Exam. He, along with Gon and Leorio, were the only 3 people on the ship who were unaffected by the storm the night before, which was later revealed by the captain of the ship to be a test to determine potential hunter candidates. He and Leorio initially got into an argument due to the difference in their mindsets, as Kurapika wanted to be a hunter to capture the Phantom Troop, and Leorio wanted it just for the money. But they later apologized to each other after working together to save a crew member from falling into the sea. He decides to accompany Gon on his way to the testing site, and Leorio follows them as well. Later, the 3 of them managed to clear the first 2 phases together, along with a new addition to the group, Killua Zoldyck. In the 3rd phase of the exam, Killua showcases his physical strength against Majtani, an imposter with a fake spider tattoo claiming to be a member of the Phantom Troop. Upon hearing this, Kurapika becomes furious, making his eyes turn scarlet, and he knocks down Majtani with a single blow. In the final phase of the exam, he's set in a match with Hisoka and faces difficulty keeping up with Hisoka's powerful attacks. However, a few minutes later, Hisoka whispers something into his ear and forfeits the match, making Kurapika the winner and also giving him the pass to become a licensed hunter, as he needed just 1 win to pass the final phase. Later, he reveals Hisoka promised to expose the location of the Phantom Troop when he whispered into his ears. York New City Arc. Kurapika looks for someone who has strong connections with the Mafia auction taking place in York New City. His main objective is to find any clues about the stolen Scarlet Eyes that were probably going to be auctioned in the event. He applies for the role of a bodyguard for an exotic body part collector who is going to the auction in York New. When he reaches the client's mansion, he has to undergo a test to prove his potential, which he passes with ease, and is officially hired by the man as his bodyguard. His first task is to protect the boss's daughter, Neon Nostrade, during the trip to York New City, where she would be participating in the underground auction held by the Mafia bosses. Unfortunately, soon after they reach the auction venue, they're attacked by the Phantom Troop. Some of his fellow bodyguards, along with a huge number of the Mafia, are slaughtered by the troop. The Mafia heads out to confront the troop, and Kurapika is asked to join them. Upon reaching the troop's hideout, they're faced by Uvojin, the strongest troop member in terms of strength, who single-handedly kills a large number of gang members and 4 of the Shadow Beasts, although he gets paralyzed in battle. Taking advantage of the situation, Kurapika manages to capture Uvojin and brings him in for questioning, but he's rescued by the other troop members a while later and vows to hunt down Kurapika. When he manages to finally track Kurapika, they decide to get to a place far away from the city where they can fight freely, but during this battle, Kurapika, using his Chain Jail and Judgment Chain abilities, manages to kill Uvo. This makes him the main target of the troop, who start hunting him for revenge. During all the commotion, Gon and Killua are captured by the troop while trying to follow them, and Kurapika begins thinking of a way to rescue them. Soon, with the help of Leorio and Melody, he's able to capture Crollo Lucifer, the leader of the Phantom Troop, and asks for a hostage exchange where Gon and Killua are to be released in exchange for Crollo. During the exchange, Kurapika uses his Judgment Chain ability on Crollo and forbids him from using Nen or communicating with other troop members for the rest of his life. Otherwise, he would be killed by the chain wrapped around his heart. After reuniting with Gon and Killua, he heads back to York New City to continue looking for the Scarlet Eyes. Essential gear and tools of Kurapika. Boken. During the Hunter exam, Kurapika first showcased his primary weapon, 2 wakizashi-sized boken, which are Japanese-styled wooden swords used in combat. The handles of his 2 boken are wrapped in bandages and linked together, allowing him to wield them as a single weapon as well. Knives. Kurapika carries at least 3 knives hidden under his vest. However, according to Majtani, he doesn't seem to rely on them very much. Shuriken! Kurapika has 2 shurikens that he keeps hidden under his vest. Just like the knives, they act as a backup for when he loses his main weapons. Switchblade! After learning Nen and joining the Mafia, Kurapika began using a switchblade. Although he never really used it as an actual weapon, it was used to intimidate weaker enemies. Handgun! Kurapika started carrying a black handgun after being hired by Oito. Similar to the switchblade, the handgun is mostly used as a weapon for intimidation rather than fighting. Kurapika's abilities and powers explained. As a professional hunter, Kurapika has access to all the perks and benefits that come with being a hunter. Moreover, he's a chosen member of the Zodiacs, the finest of the hunters, handpicked by the chairman himself. As a Zodiac, he enjoys power over most other hunters in the association and is answerable to none other than the chairman. Although he was a rookie when he was first seen in the Hunter exam arc, his powers and abilities grew immensely as the story progressed. During the York New City arc, he was believed to be even stronger than Gon and Killua due to his Nen abilities. He's one of the very few people in the story to have killed a member of the Phantom Troop all by himself. He has high intelligence mixed with a desire for justice, which makes him a very potent enemy when faced in battle. He is also skilled in using different kinds of weapons, from wooden swords to Nen conjured chains. He can use them all to his advantage and gain an upper hand in his battles. Scarlet Eyes! As a member of the Kurta clan, when Kurapika is angered, his eyes turn a shade of scarlet red and his physical capabilities are enhanced. In this state, he can easily overpower people physically stronger than him thanks to a massive boost in strength and speed, so long as Nen isn't used in the battle. That said, this phase does have a downside. He becomes fatigued every time he uses Scarlet Eyes for prolonged periods. In the York New City arc, it was his friend Melody who kept his body temperature low when he got severely ill after overusing the Scarlet Eyes. After getting his Nen training, Kurapika was able to control his eyes and turn them scarlet at will, along with controlling his emotions in battle. Master Weapon Specialist! Kurapika deals with a wide variety of weapons in combat and manages to use all of them skillfully. Hunter exam arc, we saw him display his weapon skills when he went up against Hisoka. Hisoka had the upper hand for most of the fight, but Kurapika was able to land a blow on him, which was quite impressive given the huge gap between their power levels. In the York New City arc and the arcs following it, we see Kurapika use a pair of chains conjured using Nen. which he can extend at will, allowing him to use it for both short and long-range attacks. The chains have special abilities suited for a variety of purposes, such as the Holy Chain technique that can heal wounds by drawing Kurapika's blood, or the Chain Jail technique that can wrap around people and restrict their movements, no matter how strong their opponent is. The most powerful chain ability is the Judgment Chain, where it pierces an opponent's chest and wraps around their heart. Kurapika then lays down some conditions, which the victim is to follow, and if they refuse, the chains pierce their hearts, giving them instant death. Genius level intellect. Kurapika is one of the most witty characters in the story, having showcased his intelligence several times from the Hunter exam arc to the York New City. During the Hunter exam arc, he made some skillful strategies that helped him pass the phases of the exam along with Gon, Killua, and Leorio. We also saw him outsmart Crollo and Uvojin, members of the Phantom Troop, when he was able to successfully capture them in the York New City. Nen! In the Hunter x Hunter universe, powerful characters fight using Nen, which is the ability to control and manipulate life energy or aura. Nen has 6 different categories, each suited for individuals according to their personalities. Kurapika belongs to the Conjurer type, which allows him to create anything out of thin air just by imagining. Later in the anime, we see him become a specialist when his eyes turn scarlet, which is the most powerful Nen type and extremely rare, as specialists can use a wide variety of techniques that other Nen users can. Kurapika learned Nen in a very short time, but his abilities are quite impressive and powerful, making him a skilled Nen user. As a specialist, he's learned all 6 types of Nen and uses them in battles according to the situation he's in. His weapon of choice is a set of 5 conjured chains that extend from the fingers of his right hand. He's also able to conceal their presence, and the opponent doesn't get to know about them until it's too late. By using a limitation technique that puts his own life at risk, he's able to enhance his abilities further, so much so that even Uvojin, the strongest member of the Phantom Troop, couldn't break free from his chain jail. With that, today's video comes to an end. Enjoy it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and until next time, have a marvelous day.